I just want to just put this out into the universe. I definitely don't want to wish anybody's marriage to fail. And I wish Lisa Bonet and Jason Momoa the best in going forward and co-parenting. And I really love them as a married couple. And now that I done got that out the way, Jason, call me, bro. What, Blue, but you can't sit. But you can't sit right there, baby. But you can't. You're gonna sit in mama's lap, but you're 40 pounds. All right. Okay, let's just take this time out to introduce you to Blue. This is Blue. She is a 2-year-old golden doodle, and she definitely and truly thinks that she's a lap dog. She's not. She's feeling very clingy. I think she knows that it's time for her to go get a haircut. And she's not a fan of that, okay? She feels very, very slighted when mama has to shave her hair down, okay? Because she got mad. She went to go play in the rain. And she knows she's not supposed to play in the rain, but she went to go play in the rain anyway. And she's now all matted up because I couldn't get to her coat in time. So she's feeling some kind of way. So let's all just provide support to this dog because she the one child. So I might have to do this review with the dog on my lap now. Oh. But you can't be in the way though. That's the thing. See, I don't mind you staying, but you got a big old head and you just can't be like all in the mix, you know? So I wanted to hop on because Euphoria episode 2 of the 2nd season dropped last night. Watched it immediately. I didn't fall asleep. 2 snaps for me. She's an adult. She can stay up late, okay, if I want to. I don't have a curfew. But so let's come to a compromise. Let's do this. I have to definitely mentally prepare to go in to watch this show because these children be making my nerves bad. I ain't even gonna lie. I just need to get that out the way, okay? So now we getting into the episode. We dealing with the aftermath of episode 1 where Nate got the brakes beat off him like he been asking and begging for since season 1, okay? So Maddie and Cassie and McKay and I think maybe Lexi take him to the hospital, and Nate is like, listen, maybe I got a little brain damage. So we go back and forth through these scenes where if he chooses one, this is the life he could have, meaning choosing between Cassie and Maddie. He's thinking about how he really thinks he could have a future with Cassie. He don't know why he thinks that, but he just feels that maybe he can. He's envisioning the life that he could have with Cassie and telling her that they could have a family and, you know, seeing her pregnant and like all the sex they could be having and just, you know, having a life of, you know, happiness with Cassie. And I will say this, Cassie gonna show her titties, okay? If she don't have the opportunity to do nothing else, she gonna do one or two things. She gonna run away from something and she gonna show them things off, okay? She has a beautiful set of boobs. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Cassie's boobs. She's definitely gonna let you know and understand that she got them things ready to pop out at a moment's notice. But even in his like fantasies or daydream, his dad is there being raggedy, okay? So shouts out to Eric Dane. McSteamy is in this thing creeping me the hell out, okay? I never thought I could be creeped out by McSteamy, but the way that he plays his character in this show, hard pass, all right? So, you know, Nate is in the hospital recovering and he gets released from the hospital. His dad immediately on the way home from the hospital. My guy, Nate's face is completely out of proportion, okay? He got an eye on his cheek. He got an earlobe on his eyebrow, child. His face toe up. And his dad is like, well, listen, I personally think you know who did it. I can't believe that you don't know who beat you up at this party. You know everybody who did it. And Nate is like, listen, you might want to relax, all right? I'm telling you, I don't know who did it. I'm trying to just tell you that, and you're not reading the room, Dad. They definitely have a toxic and unhealthy relationship. God bless those of y'all who have toxic relationships with y'all parents or caregivers, because that is just something that definitely will chop up your mind. So we cut to Jules and Rue. They seen each other for the first time after the Christmas break after New Year's, and they see each other in the hallway and they're kissing each other and they're like, oh, I love you so much, blah, 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 blah. And then here comes Elliot, right? If you remember from episode 1, Elliot is the guy who she met at 1 o'clock and did hard drugs with at 1:02. Elliot goes to the school and they have been hanging out apparently over the break while she was not with Jules. She's like, oh hell, I forgot he go to the school. And I don't want him to say nothing to Jules because I need her to think that I'm clean. I'm not sure how Jules is not seeing that Rue is not clean because she don't look clean to me, but they have the most awkward conversation in the history of this show where Rue is trying to tell Jules how her and Elliot met, and they're like, oh yeah, we met at New Year's. How about them bulldogs? Like, they don't know what to say, right? And Jules is kind of picking up on something, and she's like, all right, well, and so they, have a flashback of what they have been doing, and so Rue kind of likes Elliot, right? And she thinks he's kind of cool. He does music, and that's how he pays for his drugs, and he got guitars, and he got a SoundCloud account and stuff. Apparently the guy Fix, I think is his last name, actually does have a legit SoundCloud that's pretty good, so check that thing out. But Jules is like, yeah, I'm about to go, so y'all be cool. And she goes into the bathroom and she's very upset by what just happened. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, y'all just got together 7 minutes ago and y'all already making each other cry. What's good, right? Hi. No, but I didn't know, but you don't need to. So I'm having real trouble with Cassie. Cassie has been making me mad since episode 1. She's not making good choices. She does not make good choices. So I'm not sure what I expect from her, but I'm expecting something else because she's getting on my nerves. So Cassie is having a bout of depression. She's not showering. She's not cleaning up. She's not going anywhere. She's just talking about how, she feels like she needs to just be abstinent next year, and that's going to be her journey going forward, okay? And, she's telling this to Maddie, and Maddie's like, sis, I ain't gonna lie. That's not gonna work for you, baby. You like for people to tell you that you are special, and you like for people to love you. So I'm not sure how being abstinent is gonna do that for you, because that's where you get all those things at. So you might want to try to figure out how to do something else. And then Cassie's like, well, how the hell do I do that? I don't know. And Maddie's like, listen, when you want to say yes to something, just say no for you. So going forward, let's pretend like it's opposite day, okay? So there's a scene where we see that she still has Nate's blood on her legs. And it disturbed me and my homegirls because instead of getting in the shower, she just got a damp paper towel and tried to wipe it off. And I'm thinking, sis, that's literally bodily fluids. If it ain't no other time, you know what I'm saying? I can't judge how often people take a bath or a shower, okay? She's an everyday, sometimes 2 times a day girl. But if that's not you, go off, you know what I'm saying? But if it's one time to break your I'm not gonna hop in the shower rule, it's when you have blood on. She's obviously going through something where she's not even taking this man's blood off of her. So, we see the back and forth between Cassie and Maddie, right? And Maddie is feeling some kind of way as well about Nate getting his face bunched in, bopped in, beat up, right? I shouldn't be smiling, but I was happy to see it. So she's like, man, listen, I just really want to be in the bed with him. I just really want to be with him. And, she knows that their relationship is toxic and she just can't help herself, right? So we also see that Maddie is babysitting a little boy somewhere in the hills somewhere. She likes babysitting a little boy, but she likes doing it because the lady is gone all the time and Maddie can go in her closet and play dress up, right? She puts on the gown, she wears the purses and the jewels in it. We know that Maddie just she wants to be kept, pretty much. And so that's her way to kind of have the life of being kept. She's pretending that that's her clothes and her closet and all of that. She's been trying to figure out a way to get money so that she doesn't have to work. And that's like the perfect setup for her. So Maddie is enjoying this life and she almost gets caught because she's in this lady's closet. And then she hears the people come home and she got stuff all over the place, gowns and whatever. And so she has to hurry up and get dressed and put the lady clothes back where she had them and the earrings and I thought she was definitely gonna get caught, but she didn't. She played it off because Maddie gonna take care of herself now. So she didn't get caught by the lady when the lady came home. Maddie was getting ready to leave and the lady was like, oh, Maddie, can you come here? And Maddie was like, all right, here I come. But the lady was like, hey, can you just help me out of my dress, right? She got the lady out her dress and then she held Maddie's hand and rubbed it and they showed it and she was like, thank you for being so sweet. And she was looking at Maddie in her eye. And I'm like, Maddie, you in danger, baby. They're gonna try to get you. they're gonna try to get you and bring you in that marital bed. Okay, that's my theory. We gonna see. That might be how she get kept for real, for real. Anyway, so we see Maddie and, you know, they in the bathroom hanging out, and we see that she's talking to her girls about how she would look so cute being pregnant, and they like, girl, please don't do that. Are y'all cutting class? Are y'all like skipping class? Or do they just not just give a damn where y'all at? Cause y'all be hanging out. Like, we used to have enough time between classes to maybe stop at your locker and switch books and maybe like spray a little Bath and Body Works on. What was the fragrance everybody used to wear back in the day? Moonlit Pat or something. I forgot what we all used to wear back in the day. But maybe you have a little chance to spray a little something on you before going to class. These girls be knitting whole sweaters in between class. Kat is there and she's just hanging out too. And, you know, one of the girls is like, yeah, I saw that picture and y'all just the cutest little couple or whatever. And Kat is looking like, yep, we all cute. You just can't get enough of us being cute. And then we go to Kat's room and she's having like a little fantasy where kind of making out or whatever, and they getting ready to, you know, probably have sex, and he goes to the bathroom. But in that time, he gets stabbed and murdered in her bathroom, and Kat's like,
oh my goodness, what is happening?
And so then we see like a little Khal Drogo or like a little Baba Voss. I just want to just put this out into the universe. I definitely don't want to wish anybody's marriage to fail, and I wish Lisa Bonet and Jason Momoa the best in going forward and co-parenting, and I really love them as a married couple. And now that I done got that out the way, Jason, call me, bro. You wild and just fun and crazy, and you like to climb mountains and stuff. I'm wild and fun and crazy, but I like to stay on the ground. So listen, you cover the top half of the earth. I'm gonna cover the bottom half of the earth. We can ride motorcycles together, four-wheelers, you know what I'm saying? We can go swamping, even though I don't like the swamp. I don't go down there. I feel like you would have a good time. Call me, Jason. We have a lot in common, I feel. So just give me a call whenever you're ready. My number been the same since high school. And I also, you know, if this relationship progresses, I also will stop using single-use plastics, because she's a fan of a good plastic fork and spoon. I'll stop using that, and if that is gonna help us to move forward and progress as a couple. All right, love you. So moving on. So she has a fantasy that like a Khal Drogo, Baba Voss kind of character has come to conquer her. Okay, so this fine ass man come out the back with a beard and a sword, and he's speaking some language, and he's like, girl, I'm coming to drop this dick off. I appreciate the fact that they have a lot of full frontal from men and women in this series. Euphoria said, listen, we about to keep this equitable, okay? You gonna flash this peen and you gonna keep it pushing, okay? So he flashed his peen and he proceeded to conquer her, which is what she had a fantasy about, right? And so basically all that boils down to is Kat feeling like, damn, our relationship is perfect. I finally have a great, nice guy and he loves me so much. Why am I not like feeling him? Like, why am I having dreams that I'm being conquered in my room by this imaginary person? That was her fantasy, and I wasn't mad at it. Because if Jason Momoa could come knock on my door, I'd throw it all away, you understand? Immediately. So we get to Cassie's house, and Cassie comes through the door and finds Nate's dad, her mom, and Lexi at the table, all right? And, you know, Cassie's mom is like, yeah, Mr. Jacobs just want to talk to you because he thinks that you know something about what happened to his son at the party. Nate's daddy is like sitting down and like low-key threatening Cassie, right? And so Cassie is like snitching pretty much. Lexi is telling Cassie like, you just snitched on Faz. You a stupid fool. She gonna snitch on you now. Don't tell her nothing. Don't go commit no crimes with her, because all you got to do is blink your eyes 3 times and she's gonna be like,
it's under the bridge on 3rd Street.
I didn't like that her mom was just sitting at the table letting this man like intimidate her child, right? I wouldn't have invited him in. I don't know if she can't see the creep on him, but I could see it. Lexi's flashback, right? Lexi is always the logical one. She's the level-headed one. She is the sidekick. And so now we see, you know, how Rue and Cassie and everybody's behavior has been affecting Lexi. So Lexi has, you know, never been the one to speak up. It's always very passive. And she didn't say anything when Rue was using drugs in her face. And then Rue OD. And then this episode, Lexi was like, you know what? I'm sick of this shit, right? I'm going over to Fez Coat and I'm going to tell him was really good, right? And so, because Cassie told Nate's daddy that Fez was the one who beat up his son, Nate's daddy is outside of Fez Cole's corner store, right, waiting for Fez, and he gets a gun out of his glove compartment, and he sees that Lexi has gone into the corner store, and he goes in as well, right? And so, he walks into the corner store, and Fez is sitting there like he always does, and is like, hey, how you doing? And the daddy is like, yeah, I'm looking for some gum or something. And so he walking around the store asking buku questions like, yeah, is this a family business? You run it by yourself? Is anybody with you? And Fez is like, say, bro, do you want my DNA too? Like, why you asking all these questions? Nate's daddy has his hand in his pocket, and Fez sees that. You know who else sees it? Ashtray. You know where Ashtray at? In his little spot in the freezer. So Ashtray goes and gets his little gun out of his Fruity Pebbles box just in case it's about to pop off. Fez Cole sees that Nate daddy got his hand in his pocket looking like it's a little gun or whatever. And then he slowly and surely pulls out $20, puts it on the counter, and he's like, yeah, I'm just a concerned father, right? And so now Fez ain't stupid, right? Fez talks slow, he moves slow, but he ain't slow, right? And so he sees and he understands now that that's Nate's daddy, and that Nate's daddy is probably gonna be on the lookout for him. So now we got the looming. I would enjoy it if Fez took Nate and his daddy out. That would be great. I would appreciate that. Write us. I don't know what y'all got planned for us, but if that's not a part of the season, slide that in there. So now we back with Rue, and she's at Elliot's house, and they getting high, and we see Rue is having a funky good time, right? She's dancing, he's playing the guitar, they having a great conversation, and aside from the drug use, it's a really nice scene. He likes Elliot, and I think he likes her. And they have a conversation about, what drug use does to Rue's personality. And Rue is like, I never would have had the guts to come up to you if I wasn't high. And then Elliot's like, well, why? And she was like, because I'm a shy ass person, bro. I'll strike a match, but I ain't gonna strike no conversation, okay? Elliot's like, I think people think that it's like a cause and effect thing. Like, this happened and I started using drugs. So we back to Kat, and her boyfriend are supposed to go out to, bowling or whatever on like a little date. And so she's still trying to understand why she does not love this dude. She's like, he's perfect. Let me make a pros and cons list, right? So then she starts to realize like, damn, maybe the problem is me. So she's back in the bed and she's looking at YouTube, and she's like, this self-love thing. Like, it seemed like, everybody's telling you, like, if you don't wake up in the morning and be completely in love with yourself, that something is wrong, right? And that's just not realistic. Like, I know, for people who are really, really into social media and YouTube and Instagram and all that, TikTok and whatever, it's really easy to fall into the trap of seeing these people with their perfect bodies and minds and lives and houses and teeth and whatever, and think that they have the secret sauce. And then if they look perfect and seem to have a perfect life, and then they tell you that
each step is the next step to the rest of your life, and you gotta wake up every day and choose joy, and you gotta if it don't spark joy, then you can't have the thing.
Like, it's really easy to fall into that, especially if you're young and impressionable. And so Kat is seeing all of these influencers that she watches. I noticed Nikki tutorials on there first and foremost, child. I don't even know about stuff, but I know Nikki tutorials, okay? They all are popping up in her room, and they all are like giving her like their the one-liners.
You have to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, then
And so she's like, shut your ass up, because I don't know how to even do that. I don't even like myself right now. And that's real. But I thought that scene was really cool, because that's very much what it can feel like to people. We jumping from Kat to Rue, and Rue has finished getting high with Elliot, and she's now riding her bike on her way to N8. And she's riding her bike down the street, and she sees Nate's truck. And she sees Cassie running to Nate's truck. I would have definitely been late for my NA meeting, because I would have swung that bike around and waited to see if I saw what I thought I saw. But I would have definitely waited to get more recon, honey, because recon is important, okay? I'm a firm believer in doing recon and putting a pin in it, okay? That's what my mama said. You would just put a little pin right there. We don't have to address it right now. As a past national president of the Put a Pin in It Association, that I have all my bases covered. So if I was Rue, I wouldn't have went ahead. I'm already high. Let me just pull my little bike over and get a little more recon. I recognize where people were, what time of the day it was, what they had on, what I was doing, where I was at. I put a little pin right there and I don't say nothing. And so she gets to the building, she parks her bike. Don't tie it up now, child. I'm fully expecting that bike to be gone when she get out of there. He goes to the building and sees that they have one of those chairs for the people that can't climb the stairs. And she sees her sponsor at the top of the stairs, and her sponsor's like, yeah, I see you on your suicide mission still, because he notices immediately that she is high. She's fully high and sleep and zoned out in a meeting. And of course, her sponsor recognizes it. And her sponsor's like, let me go ahead and bring you home, right? So he drives her home and he's like, you know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead inside and introduce myself to your mom. And Rue's like, what the hell you doing that for? And he's like, listen, if a dope fiend was driving my daughter home in the middle of the night, I wanna know who the hell that is, sponsor or no. So he goes in and he introduces himself to her mom. And you know, he's real cool. Played by Coleman Domingo. Love me some Coleman Domingo. What a fire ass name too, right? And so, you know, they having a conversation and Rue's mom asks him if she's doing well. And he looks at Rue and Rue is like scared, like, oh shit, are you about to snitch on me right now? And so he's like, well, you know, she got a long way to go. You know what I'm saying? But so did I at her age, but it's all right. And so Rue is like, whew, Lord, I ain't want to deal with this tonight, right? So he leaves and the mama's like, oh, he kind of cute. All right then. You know, the mama be on the prowl now. You know, I thought that was an interesting scene. Or Rue can be, you know, a fully high drug addict, right? Barely functioning drug addict, but she's still worried about getting in trouble with her mama. You know why? Because she a child. And we forget that in this show. Rue these are children. These are teenagers. Most of them can't even vote. These are children, okay? And we realized that when Rue was like, ooh, I'm gonna get in trouble. Oh, but he didn't snitch on her. And so, you know, the mom and the sponsor, I'm interested to see what that relationship is gonna come into be. I wanna see him more because I love me some Coleman Domingo, okay? So we see Cassie and Nate and Nate's truck, and they driving, and Cassie's like, oh, where we about to go? Like, I haven't been this far out. And I'm thinking, baby, you are what we like to call a dummy, okay? You a dummy. And you out here in this truck talking about where we going. Girl, you ought to go to sleep and start again the next day. Start again anew, because you just out here blowing it. So he takes her to one of his daddy's developments, all right? So in my mind, you about to die. You about to go meet your maker, baby. So he takes her there and he's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I really like you, but this ain't gonna be it. We ain't gonna be able to make it. What does Cassie do, y'all? But get the hell out the car and run away. So you mean to tell me that you don't know where you at, that you ain't never been that far out before, but yet you choose to get out the car and run away? But then as the scene progresses, I see why she did that, right? She got out the car and ran away so that Nate could chase her, right? Because she wants to be wanted. She wants to be sought after. She wants that attention. And she knew that he would come and find her, even in these nondescript ass dwellings that they in. And so they proceed to have sex in the common areas or whatever. And she just out here getting splinters in her ass, having sex in a building, right? So you just gonna just throw your vagina at him any chance that you could get, because what? Like, I don't even think she knows why she's doing that. Girl code says that that's off limits, right? But she knows all these things, but she's doing it anyway. And so I'm thinking, are you self-sabotaging my baby? Because I ain't seeing a long game in this. If y'all gonna be grown, y'all gonna be out here acting grown, go ahead and be grown all the way then, okay? Like, don't be out here being stingy, okay? Show everybody what that mouth do, Nate. You know, he gets home and he's walking up to his room and his daddy is in his room waiting because he a goddamn creep, right? And so the dude is like, the dad is like, Nate, you have to tell me what's going on, bro. Because I know this little drug dealer dude is the one who did it. I don't know why you're protecting him. And Nate is like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and close the door because I don't want to, you know, upset my weak ass mama. So I've been trying to hold off on telling you what the deal really is, but since you all sitting on my bed with your outside clothes on, let me go ahead and get you together. Here's the deal, Dad. Yeah, so that girl that you had sex with, Jules, yeah, you know she go to my school, right? Cool, yeah. So she's a minor, right? And then the dad is like, oh, well, I didn't know that she went to your school and I didn't know how old she was. And they was like, yeah, whatever. That ain't even why we here, okay? So the guy that bust me in my face is friends with Rue. You know who's friends with Rue? Jules. Jules and Rue are best friends. Jules told Rue and Rue told Fez. Fez told me to leave them alone and proceeded to beat my face in. So maybe I was protecting you. Maybe it's people out here that know that you have sex with children. Maybe it's people out here that know that you record yourself having sex with children. Maybe it's people out here that know that tape exists somewhere and I don't have that shit no more. So what's good, Dad? So that's where we end the episode, and I was glad that at least Nate Daddy with his raggedy ass was able to get a little dick look on his face, right? Because he needed it. Okay. I want him to have and meet his untimely demise. Like, in my mind, I understand that Nate is a product of his environment, right? I get it. I don't give a damn. They gotta go. The first episode of the season was like punching me in my face, right? With all the drama that the children have, right? And this episode, episode 2, was like a bridge to get to episode 3. Because the trailer for episode 3, it looked like it's about to have all kind of whatnots happening. Really interested to see what they're gonna do with Elliot. All right, I like Elliot. I know he a little gutter punk. Definitely check back in for episode 3. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Bye.